Go for it. All right, cool. All right, you guys, you know what it is. I got Ridin High podcast here. Thanks for joining the podcast, you guys.
What's good? What's good?
What up, man? Thanks for letting us be here.
Yeah, definitely a pleasure to have you guys on, man. I watch you guys podcasts, and it's very entertaining, man. So, yeah. So, what's up with your podcast, man? How'd you guys get it started?
Actually, for everybody that don't know me, I'm DJ Lil King, and I'm the creator of the Ridin High podcast. Actually, I came up with the idea in 2019, and it was just based upon just watching a whole bunch of different podcasts, like from all over, like YouTube. And I kind of got the ideas of wanting to do something kind of like locally, but I didn't want it to be like on a local scale. I kind of wanted this. My original idea was to start it and interview like OG people here in Corpus, like OG rappers, OG rap promoters, OG club owners, like people who used to sell big dope back in the day, who changed that, you know what I'm saying? Change their life and stuff like that. That was my original plan in 2019, whenever I came up with the idea. And whenever I came up with the idea, I got the logo made and everything, and I had no equipment to even do a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Just little by little, I just kept on buying like equipment. I started off with the microphones, the stands, and I got like the couches and the chairs and all that, and just put it together. And I want to say, it kind of like, I had everything ready to go and ready to do the podcast. And basically, it was just me not taking the initiative to do the podcast. So everybody kept on telling me, like, man, you got all this shit here. You got all this shit here. When you going to do a podcast? When you going to do a podcast? And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I fucking got it off the ground. I hit up my first guest. My first ever guest was Daddy Cree. And Daddy Cree came through and we did a one-on-one interview. He told me he ran down his whole life story and everything. So that was going to be like my plan. But then it was just like so far and few between to get guests to do interviews. And now like I said, I'm watching all these different YouTube channels of people doing podcasts and stuff. And it's all about just creating content. So that's whenever I decided, like, hey, let me do a news. I'm going to start the Ridin High news whenever I do like news topics. But instead of me doing the news myself, I wanted to give other influencers and people from Corpus a chance to give them a platform to tell their story, to talk about their brand, while also being on the tell their story while also being on the what's it called, like with like the panel, you know what I'm saying? While also being on the panel, you know what I'm saying? So that's how I started the Ridin High news. And then I still do the interviews every now and the one-on-one interviews. We still do the one-on-one interviews every now and then. So from the Ridin High podcast, we did the Ridin High news, and then after Ridin High news, I ended up coming up with another show called Let's Chop It Up, where that's just basically just people, us here chilling, whatever, watching the game, do whatever we doing. And it's like, hey, we ain't got no topics, but cut on the camera and let's film.
Let's do it.
That's so we came up with Let's Chop It Up. And then my dude Cantu, he's originally from Corpus Christi. He was living in College Station for the past 10 years. He came back to Corpus, and he was already watching what we were doing up there in College Station. Like I said, I've known him for about 20 years already. And he was like, hey, I want to do like a sports segment on like the Ridin High podcast. Like, instead of doing like a sports segment, we'll just do like a whole sports show. And I was like, you think you can handle it and do it on your own? He's like, yeah, I got it. And I was just like, it got to be correct, though. It can't be like half-assed. It got to be correct. He was like, already. So he did all his homework, and that's how we just premiered the Ridin High Sports. Like episode 3 was today. So we premiered it like 3 weeks ago. So actually, I want to say we came up with the idea, and within like 10 days, I'll probably say like 2 weeks, we filmed the first episode of the Ridin High Sports. And we just added the Man Look, which is Daddy Cree. We finna add the Droopy M podcast. So it's just like, it's like a channel that almost like a network.
You know,
We're just putting a whole bunch of different stuff under.
Yo, man, that's awesome, dude.
For sure.
That boy done flew through like more than half a year in like 60 seconds. I was like, damn, he didn't leave nothing out. That boy flew through it. But yeah, basically everything he just said was, the fastest possible way.
Yeah, if y'all don't see the face to that voice, that's Freak in the background. He's doing the production. But this is just a little taste of what y'all get on the Ridin High podcast, man. Here in Corpus Christi, Texas. So all of you guys are from Corpus, yeah?
Yeah,
born and raised. Yes, sir.
Born and raised. All right. So schools, high school. What do y'all think?
You can start off down there with Alex.
Originally, I'm from Petronila, Texas, small town.
Shout out to Badgers.
Bishop Badgers. We went to Bishop, and then my last year I came to Corpus and graduated from Moody High School. So I still say I went to both.
Shout out Trojans. My daughters
shout out
are some
Moody
Trojans.
Yeah, I graduated from Moody. So.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So yeah, it's your boy can too. If I can, you can too. Man, yeah, born and raised here in Corpus. Went to Robert Wilson. Went to Galvon, South Park Middle School, Hamlin Middle School. Then went to Carroll.
For sure. DJ Lil King, man. I'm from all over Corpus, except the west, except the north and the east. I lived all over Corpus except the west, except the north and the east. I lived on the west. I lived on the south. I went to West Oso, not elementary, West Oso Junior High, Castores Elementary. Man, I went to like 5 different CCISD elementaries. Then I finally went to Carl Allen Elementary, which is in the West Oso school districts, West Oso Junior High, West Oso High School. Then my sophomore year, I left West Oso High School and went to Carroll High School.
Nice, man.
So it's Carroll High School, class of 2004.
Ooh, 2 Carrolls. Here we go.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Freak, which
Man, we straight from the northwest side of town,
Oh,
baby.
come on.
That's MILLER.
Miller, bro. Miller Bucks.
Where do y'all go for y'all's big ass games? Y'all don't do them in y'all's backyard. Y'all come to our backyard straight up. But nah, I'm a class of 2002, but dropped out in 2000. So you know what I'm saying? Shout out to all them graduates, all them people.
Cool, man. So we got Corpus definitely in the building for sure, man. So your podcast, man, it seems like it comes from a place of creation. Would you agree to that?
Yeah, because like I said, whenever I decided to do like the news part, see, that's kind of like what has almost like taken over. It's almost like what we're almost like known for now is like the news. Like I said, I still do the one-on-one interviews here and there, but it's almost like what we're known for now is like almost like the news shit. So whenever I decided to do the news shit, my whole thing was to get 5 people who actually have shit. And I think it started off with 6 people. It was to get 6 people because it was 4. It wanted to get like 4 people and then have 2 rotate in case people can't make it and stuff. So my whole thing was to get 6 people that actually have shit going on within themselves. You know what I'm saying? Not just people who just ain't doing shit, ain't working, ain't doing nothing, just sitting at home. You don't rap, you don't do nothing. You just want to be seen type shit. So I actually, I wouldn't necessarily say handpicked, but I would say almost like handpicked because there was a lot of people who asked to be on that didn't get picked. So I would almost say like handpicked the original 6 people that I picked, and they were all people who I felt like were creative minds and we could all benefit from each other type shit, instead of it being a one-side benefit. It's a vibe for sure. Yeah.
Shout out Sean tuned in. I see y'all.
Yeah.
Shout out Hector Reese. Y'all make sure y'all go hit up that Reese Kids Moonwalks. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, you guys. Appreciate y'all being on the live stream, man. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. So Cantu's got stuff going on. Skateboard Universal, right?
Yes, sir. That's me, Skateboard Universal, man.
All right. So most of you guys musicians, would you say? Like, I'm trying to figure out the
music is the source.
Yeah.
Music is definitely the source.
Definitely
like if it wasn't for music,
Yeah.
me and Boston wouldn't have gotten the same room on the same line together. So, you know, he had his own thing going on music. I'm always tapped in with something going on in the background. Just the way I am right now. This is literally the fucking way you would see me by turning around.
Nice.
Not looking at the stage, looking behind it. You know what I'm saying? So same thing with Cantu. Cantu being his homie, doing all the music shit like that. Like they linked up. Yep. Alex just being a straight up supporter of all the people doing the fucking music. Like there's times at events that he was there and I didn't even know him yet. Like he actually supported us way back when we was trying to get to Atlanta in like 2015 or 16, something like that. Came to my crib, bought some brisket sandwiches and everything, like straight up. So music is definitely the fucking source, I believe. For all of us.
Yeah, for sure. One of your podcasts, you guys were talking about the music walk. Fire, right? Fire, definitely, man.
Definitely a good look for the music scene in Corpus.
Yeah, for sure.
For the hip hop and rap and all that. You know?
Well, yeah, and then you guys were talking about how the hip hop guys kind of had like a shady stage.
How they did them dirty.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Exactly.
They didn't. It was, bro.
But see, we said that though, but then I clarified later is that was supported by whoever supported them. That wasn't given to them by the city. So that looked at the when we walked up to old dude who was by himself and nobody was watching, that it had the badass fucking lights going on with the Corpus Christi. That dude. Okay, so he had a hell of a fucking stage. That was provided by Corpus Christi.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The one that the hip hop stage was provided on was provided by Corpus Christi Hip Hop.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that's all I was saying. That would only be a matter of like, let's say Alex got a smoke machine.
Mhm.
Help them out. Throw that smoke machine on the
Yeah.
stage. Cantu got some lights. Throw
Mhm.
them lights on the stage. All of a sudden, now we up to par with the city.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So I think that's what the situation was.
Yeah, for
I don't
sure.
think anybody was doing us wrong on the old platform
I got you,
after
got you.
looking into it further.
Yeah.
But that day though, I will be the first one to say I called that shit out. I was like, look at this fucking stage and look at the stage Clarissa Cern was on. And I was like,
Yeah.
shout out to her and everything. She deserved that stage, but I think these people do too.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So-
There's definitely a market for each genre. We all talking about that too on that podcast. Yeah, and I was thinking in my mind, I was like, well, how different is that from like maybe like the jazz festival that's been going on for years, as opposed to just the music walk that's what, second year around or third year around? Not
This
sure.
was actually the first
First.
one, the
This
first
is the
ever one.
first.
Okay.
They've had 13 years of art walk, and this is the first music walk.
Yeah, because
Wow.
Music Walk was basically them transforming an art walk. Instead of having an art walk, they basically transformed the art walk and called it Music Walk.
And who is that? Texas
And
music? What was that?
duplicate, multiplied however far they reached.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because it was a
Mhm.
bigger, everybody was participating in this
Right.
downtown event.
Like
Right,
compared
right.
to
became
like,
a Texas music official. What was it? It
Oh,
was,
yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what it was, but we became official in
Yeah.
the state of Texas to do a music festival.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So
Y'all
that's
met-
like the first step
Yeah.
of us talking about it being compared to South by.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So South by South. So they started out just as Austin, right? And then eventually, like, just huge acts have been going
Yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know. Does it seem like Corpus to y'all? It just like it wants to grow, but then it doesn't want to grow. Am I
It's
the only one that
it's
sees
the-
that?
it-
It's
because
just-
it's the youngsters and the people, like I would say, like in the fucking probably like the 15 to fucking 45, maybe even 50 age range that want to see it grow.
Mhm.
But it's those people in the 55 to
Those old people in the
fucking
office, bro.
85
That don't
age
want
range
the city
that
hall.
don't want to
Them
see
old
it grow.
people in the.
See,
in
so
the-
I'm not the
in
only
the-
one that sees
Them
all
old
that,
people
man.
that are in charge,
Yo,
bro. They're
that's the
stuck
way
in
I
their
see
ways.
it.
They're
Yep.
stuck in their ways, and they don't want to see. Like, I guess I don't know, man. Just they
Yeah,
don't see the way we see.
Yeah,
you
it
know what I'm
almost
saying?
sucks because it's like, dude, well, why don't you want it to grow? You know what I mean? Why do you want to just keep it right
Yeah.
there? You know, so
They're happy with where they're
Because
at.
they still want it to be that retirement
Mhm.
retirement home instead
Ah.
of becoming that the hot destination. It's like even like with cities like Austin, like people in Austin, they hate that people that are originally from Austin, like they hate whenever
Mhm.
out of towners move to Austin. Like they
Ah.
hate that type shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
feel like that's what it would be here. Like we don't want them people moving here. Like this is our spot type.
yeah,
shit,
yeah.
you know?
And then you say Corpus to anybody, and they're like,
Locals
"Oh,
only.
Selena,
Mhm.
Selena."
Yeah, yeah,
Right? Would y'all agree?
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure, man. So, all right. So, do you guys still create as artists?
Yes, sir. I still DJ. I actually have another Facebook page called Screwed Up Community that I manage with my dude Adrian, aka SUC Holding. We have like 55,000 followers on that page. I do like live DJ mixes on that one.
Mhm.
I do like personal mixtapes and stuff like that. We go live like every now and then. I'll have like them over. Like my birthday just passed September 23rd. Freak Man live streamed it. Shout out DJ Fab. We had a DJ come through from Kingsville. And we did like a whole
Mhm.
Yeah.
live mix where we were chilling and we live streamed like him doing a mix, me talking on the camera and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You dropped down audio mat.
Yeah,
too.
I dropped it on Audio Mac and everything. But what I was gonna say too, I don't know if you remember, but back in 2015, I used to have a store, me and my homie B Miller, inside the Corpus Christi Trade Center
Oh, wow.
called The Plug Mixtapes and Urban Apparel, and we used
Nice.
to sell. I used to sell music.
Yeah.
And I used to get a lot of local music in there, and I would sell that. I was like we were like an outlet for like local music artists to get paid, not just drop your music off and just come back in 2 weeks and hey, we ain't sold not one. So you know what I'm saying? Like you were actually walking into our store and walking out with money. So
Dope.
from like 2015, like
So why did you do that? Why did you decide to do that?
because I've always been one to want to see people get paid off their craft. Like I hate seeing people go all in on something and then don't make nothing of it. And I felt like whenever we were doing that at the time, like there weren't no local stores that were doing that. Most stores, most local stores at the time, and not to even be throwing no slugs or nothing at nobody, but I just feel like most local stores at the time, you would probably have to pay them to put your CD in their store.
Exactly,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So our whole thing was we wanted to make our rappers feel bigger than what they were.
Yeah.
So you look at the Plug as a place where, hey, if I bring my CD and my shit's pressed up right, my t-shirt's pressed up right, like these hats, you would have brought us them hats. You would have told us, hey, I'm selling these for wholesale 10 a pop. We'd have bought 10 of them right off top, and we'd have flipped them for 20. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what we did. Like it wouldn't have been like, hey, we'll leave 10 here and come back in 2 weeks and let's see. Like because we wanted to take the chance on our hustle. Like it's on us if we could sell this shit, not on the person that we bought this. You know what I'm saying? From like,
so, for sure, man.
And some shit just are like, if we had that in the store, like stuff like that, we wouldn't even have to probably have sell that. Like just line 5 of them up on the counter, and, you know what I'm saying? People were going, oh, I want one of them type shit. The damn show. But I always wanted to see people from my area get paid off of stuff that they were doing, regardless if it was music, merchandise, or whatever. Just somebody could. It's so many people doing stuff and going all in and not making a dollar. So I feel like, and it was almost like you could also say like, hey, you could go buy my CD in this store. Hey, I'm Corpus Christi Original. You could have just said like whenever you just saw earlier, CorpusChristiOriginals.com or the plug mixtapes inside the Corpus. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of
flex.
Nice.
Exactly. Real flex.
Exactly. Even though I never looked at it as a flex, but on the outside, like you can look at it like a flex. You know what I'm saying?
Dude.
Like,
Yeah, definitely had an idea along those lines, man. Like to having like a shop, Corpus Christi Original shop, or whatever you want to call it, and have other
people selling
other
your
brands, especially brands that are in Corpus. Yeah, for sure. Definitely, man. Dude, that's awesome.
For sure.
So let's see. How do you feel like you have to keep up, like as artists, do y'all feel like you have to keep up with the times as far as different types of, I guess, rap that's coming out or whatever's coming out nowadays? You know what I'm saying?
That'd be a Cantu question.
Yeah, speak on that.
That's a Cantu question.
I say yes, because times are changing. You can't just not build with what's going on and what's been around and what's new and up and coming and what's taking over. I mean, what we listen to now is a lot different than what we're listening to.
What you say, you can't be rapping. That's what I'm saying. You can't be rapping in 2023 like in 1995.
Well, I don't see why. Why
like, hi, my name's Dave. And
why? Oh,
you could
because it sounds old. Is that what it is? I'm trying to understand
outdated.
You just want to be. You also want to. I mean, you want to do it your own way. You want to be a trendsetter. You want to break through. You want to be different, but you also want to be relatable, where people are going to want to listen to it.
Right.
Gotcha. You want to be different in the way on the marketing aspect.
Yeah.
But you also want to be talking about the same stuff that everybody's talking about, because that's what's going to get you noticed. That's what's going to listen. They're going to, they're going to fall into your lyrics. They're going to relate to your lyrics. And that's how you grow a bond. And that's how you keep a fan. It'd be like, how you tried, the Corpus Christi Originals, of that essence and that vibe that you want to give out. You want your customer to feel that. Right. And that's why they fuck with you, because they feel that. Same thing as an artist. You want your fans and the people that support you to feel that same way. But we're not the same person we were 10 years ago. Everybody changes. So with music, you have to evolve and change with it as well.
I guess naturally you would evolve and change as well, because you're also a person and you're also just changing. And so the personality,
I would say evolve is different from keeping up with a trend, though.
Okay.
Evolve is the right word to use. It's the correct word, because evolving in your craft, you don't want to be the same person 10 years ago. Yeah. But I feel like you don't also want to follow a trend either, because if you're trying to set a trend, you're not following the trend.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're creating that trend. So.
But what I was gonna say too,
But evolve is a great word.
I feel like in this era, like it goes almost like with the merchandise shit. Like there's plenty of shit there's plenty of things that I would put on a t-shirt and wear, but it's not necessarily what would sell. So I'm gonna ask him a question right quick. Is there sometimes where you might necessarily want to make a song like for yourself, but that other people ain't gonna feel it, so you change it and make a song for other people that they would feel?
No, I won't change the lyrics.
Not necessarily change it, but
no, I would keep it the same. It might be a beat that might be similar to like what everybody else is listening to, but what I'm talking about would be exactly what I am.
I mean, like to hit like the algorithm and all that shit.
Yeah, to hit the algorithm and to do everything like that. I wouldn't change the words or anything, but like maybe like the way the beat drops or the way the tempo is or beats per minute, I would keep that probably with what's in line, but not my actual message and what I'm putting out. That will stay the same, but that's why I say like it would follow. When I meant, I guess, follow a trend would be like, this is the type right now. Like I guess at that time,
all the beats that are coming out right now are 120 BPM. So I can't go to DJs trying to give them a song that's 70 BPMs. Like
because you're not. That's
crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. So it even gets down to the music style, like
exactly. As a DJ,
real.
That's definitely.
Hey, you know what, dude? I've always thought this. I'm a musician myself. I got a bachelor's in music from Texas A&M Corpus Christi.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So when I think of you guys spitting bars, I'm like, dude, I wonder if they ever spit over odd times odd time rhythms, which I know it won't fly probably like in the the popularity of aspect of it, but just to challenge the actual rapper himself to do like a 5/4 beat measure, 5/4 5/4 5/4 for 16 measures or whatever, how difficult that would be. You know what I mean? Anyway, sorry, I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd when it comes to music, bro.
Good, but that's what like
I thought you was about to drop a beat. I was like, he's all just like this.
A lot of people could say like that's like a Blueface style. Like it's not really on the beat. He's just kind of writing it how he wants to write it, so it's a little different.
So that would be like a Silk the Shocker back in the day.
Yeah. Or that one, I forget that one guy, but he does like he does scam rapping. He talks about scamming.
I know you.
And he's really just like talking over.
Is it Lil TJ?
Yeah, there you go. He's like really just talking and stuff. It's not really riding the beat, but that's what I mean. Like he's off, and that's what I could say.
That dude who tells you how to fucking scam in a song.
Yeah,
and it's not. Yeah, he's like not even rapping. He's just like talking over the beat, but it's like rhyming. Like,
but it's going viral too, right?
Yeah,
it's going
viral. Damn. So how
you can't? So if that's the trend, do you follow the fucking trend? No,
he's saying you follow.
I'm asking though.
I'm saying like that. He probably followed off that of a Blueface style. Like you know what I mean? Like it's very similar. He tweaked it and put it to his own.
And what
that's what I mean by trend. Not exactly like going with the Joneses, but like you see what works on different songs because most hip hop songs are like it's a simple melody. And then you just add a couple of things.
And what I'm saying too is if that song is fucking 130 beats per minute, and that's the fucking hottest song in the fucking clubs and bars right now, him as a fucking artist that wants to get his song played and maybe he wants to get it maybe even blended in, make it easier for the DJ. Make it to where I can blend. If your song blends in with the hot song, hell yeah, you really got a chance. You really got a chance to get this shit played. If it blends in and it jams, oh hell yeah, you really got a chance to get this played. Hell yeah.
And there was a couple times where I even did a couple EDM songs. Like I rapped on some EDM beats just because at certain clubs in College Station and Northgate, I knew the DJ could mix it in. I could pay him because it would be the beats per minute would match. Just how you said, it would blend in with it. So it'd be like they're giving me some love, showing love. You know, I mean, that's how it has to work, especially if you're aiming for that clubs and bars type scene and what you want to go with that.
That's crazy. And so you consider yourself an independent artist. So you're trying to figure out how to put your music out there to where people are listening to it. And that's one of the ways that you, I guess, market your music.
Yeah, that was one of the ways, or like I would just learn by myself, just like how could I pick up? What's the next thing? Because you want, and then you want to stay relevant and consistent. But that was how I would look at it.
Gotcha. So what are some of the difficulties for you guys that have brands or whatever to market on social media, would you say?
Some of the difficulties
or
support
or just on marketing marketing and social media. It doesn't have to be difficult.
I just think like I'm always like, are people gonna like this? Like I'm real like hard on myself big time, bro. I don't know. That's just my problem that I have with myself is I'm real hard on myself. Like, I don't know if they're going to like it. So I would say that's probably one of my hardest.
Like, you don't know if they'll
like a mind thing that fucks me up, bro.
Like, that goes back what I said. Like, what I like is everybody else going to like it.
Yeah.
Just because I like it and put it on the shirt, does that mean people are actually going to buy it?
I always think like, shit, I like it. They're going to like it. But it's not always like that. Like,
but it don't always got to be like that. Because, I mean, like, you know, I'm pretty sure you sell a shitload of hats and shit, but you know, there's a lot of people out there that probably would still buy your hats too that don't. You know what I mean? Like, but they still
think about it because knowing you want to turn this into a profit, knowing you want to, you know.
Yeah, but you also want to stay true to you, though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
it's just human nature to second guess yourself.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
The things that I can't say, like that I've done to like switch things up or like change the style of the shirt, like the same, keep it the same, but change like the location of it, just like not really making a big change,
right?
You know what I mean? Shit like that.
So it's like, so you test up, you got to test it out to see what hits, basically what you're saying, and what you're saying. I call you Boston.
That's fine, Lil King.
So Lil King, what you're saying, man? I think what I'm thinking is you're an artist. You got to create that stuff. It's got to come out, right?
Yeah.
So whether you want to, I guess you would put it out like in a full album, you know what I mean? Because not all of them are going to be hits. You know how you listen to an album and there's some of them, they're like, skip, here's the one that I like, here's the one that I don't like or whatever.
Yeah.
But you got to put it out, you know what I mean? I'm thinking because you're a creator and don't just make stuff for the masses on Freaks Point, was just like, don't just try to be a trendsetter.
Yeah, I mean, stay true to you. That shit'll come natural.
Yeah, for sure. So how do you market yourself? So how do you adjust out that? I guess that was along the lines of your target audience. And we were talking about hometown. Is your hometown your audience? What do you guys say there?
I mean, those are the ones that are going to give you the love off the rip. Where, like you said, where's everybody from?
Corpus.
So exactly, you know what I mean. So us, we're the initial support. We all come from here. I got family who fuck with the show off of me. He got family fuck with the show off of him. So all that is support branches out and out and out, and then include our friends in that shit. And then maybe you start getting to San Antonio. Maybe you start getting to Houston. Because they take the word with them. Or you just stumble across it. You know what I mean? Like off of marketing. So you know. But I think your original fucking support does come from your hometown.
Your hometown for sure, and not a lot.
And the hate,
like it.
You can't get the love without the hate. So the hate, the hate comes from the hometown as well. Because somebody in San Antonio not gonna even know you to hate on you.
Yeah, and we know y'all are watching, so
straight up.
Yeah, man.
But
so
that's just my opinion on that. I know that.
Yeah, no, it's all good, man. And when I was making that point on the reel that I had made, like, yeah, there's some people basically that won't like it, you know what I mean? And I do agree, like they'll take it to their friend and they'll tell their friend whatever. That's by word of mouth marketing, you know what I mean? That's like grassroots marketing, guerrilla marketing.
I feel like it's like different with different things though, because like with your brand, like the Corpus Christi Originals, like your target audience is obviously Corpus Christi,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with a podcast that's on YouTube, your target audience is. You could say your hometown, or I would say your target audience could be what you're shooting for. If you're like he's doing the sports shit, so his target audience isn't necessarily Houston or Corpus or whatever. His target audience is people that are into sports,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just different ways to look at it.
Yeah. That's good, man. So which HEB do y'all shop at?
One by my crib, unfortunately.
My girl prefers the one
Alameda.
My girl prefers the one on Robert and Alameda. Yep. I call that the white people HEB.
Yeah.
I prefer the one on Texan and Alameda. My girl calls that one the ghetto HEB.
Man, I'll take that shit to fucking Port.
I'll
take that bitch to Port. I used to go to that bitch 5 years in a row. I worked right next door at Goodwill. Every lunch, bro, was fucking whatever the fuck they were cooking in that kitchen.
So it's either the HEB on Weber.
Weber,
that's the tragic one. That's the tragic one. That's what I'm saying.
Why I asked this question, bro.
Well, that's
that's my old
That's
HEB.
original. That's original HEB is like the first ever.
That's Crestmont HEB.
That's a Crestmont HEB.
Yeah.
You know, that's so it's either that's the first one I go to, or if I know it's not going to be there, I just go down the street and just hit up HEB Plus.
Wait. Okay, so do you live in that area where?
That's where we
okay.
I grew up in Crestmont. And then my little brother lived back there too. And then, that's just where.
Which one do you go to? The still
Robert Alameda.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I go Alameda over here down the street.
Wherever.
Huh?
Still?
What? Do I still go there?
Yeah.
Even though there's one right there on Castoria.
Yeah, I'm like, what? You literally right. You said you were. He said he was. He's off that intersection. He's off the intersection on Castoria. You know what I'm saying? So he's really going out of his fucking way not to go to that one.
Yeah.
Bro, Weber's even closer than that one that you trying to do.
Hey, Weber
back.
hasn't changed the way it is since 1990 something.
Yeah, it is kind of older now.
That's why I know everything.
The racks are all yellow. What the fuck? No, the racks should be white, not yellow.
Bro, that one on Port is a real deal though. That one they would have like fucking mariachis and shit on the weekends, bro. Like straight up.
Everybody's like nice, and then that dude who goes and like cooks. Hey, you want samples? Hell yeah! You know I'm going in there.
I'm so OG Weber HEB. I remember when they had the video rental booth in that motherfucker, man.
They did.
That's the one on Leopard. You remember the one on Leopard? You remember the one on Leopard?
Yeah. Right. You say what, freak?
The one on Leopard.
They had video rental too?
All the way in the back left corner.
Oh, right.
I don't know what the fuck it is now. It's barely even HEB.
Hey, the one on Weber, the video department turned into the floral department.
Yeah, you might be right.
The video department turned into the floral department, man.
That's great. And that's right when you walk in too. That's right.
Hey, this some Corpus Christi originals, shit right here, man.
And when
if you're talking about original, you got to talk about the one on Baldwin and Morgan. It's now a school.
Yeah. Hey,
like,
one time it was Club Cielo.
Cielo. Bro, my mom lives right across the street.
That boy zeroed and performed at HEB.
Hey, But that's funny you say that. So I performed at the one that he's talking about. That's now Goodwill, the Moon Plaza. After it was HEB, it became the Moon Plaza, and they started throwing shows out there on a flatbed. Shout out to Dax Production. And it was like a Cinco de Mayo one or some shit. We out there in the fucking sun. Ain't nobody but us and our people in the crowd. Fucking like this, trying not to get sunburnt and shit. But that was an old ass HEB back in the day. But that one in the hood over there on Baldwin and Morgan, homie who grew up there, shout out my boy AG, he lived like blocks behind HEB. They would do fucking food runs in that motherfucker and just run to the house. Like, and wasn't nobody gonna chase you past that fucking parking lot. And as soon as you left that parking lot, welcome to the hood, motherfucker. You now ours. So they wouldn't even chase them and shit. So shout out to them in that whole block, man.
God damn.
All right, this is the Ridin High podcast, guys. This is what you expect when you go check them out, man.
For sure.
Yeah. So let me see. Another thing about Corpus, it's let me see. BoatNet is gonna become a Spirit Halloween store.
Oh man.
Probably already is.
Man, I heard that
already
dude, they say that he don't want to sell none of them buildings. So I'm wondering what's going to happen with all the old BoatNet locations. It's almost like I kind of feel like it may gonna be like, I don't know if people too familiar with DJ Screw and the Screwed Up Records and Tapes, but in 2011, the original Screwed Up Records and Tapes off of Cullen. I'm a real big DJ Screw fan. For everybody that don't know. I'm really influenced by like the DJ Screw, Screwed Up culture and all that stuff. Well, then the original building that the Screwed Up Records and Tapes was in was office building that was owned by Dennis. So in 2011, basically that Dennis said that he needed them out of the building because he was going to expand his dentistry or whatever and use their building that Screwed Up Records and Tapes was in to expand his dentistry. So they ended up closing down the screw shop. It was closed down for a couple of months. They were scouting locations. It took everybody was like, man, the screw shop closed. Screw shop ain't never coming back. That's it. And they ended up opening a new location like a couple of months later. I want to say in late 2011, early 2012. Well, it's 2023. And if you ride by the original Screwed Up Records and Tapes, it's still just an abandoned building. You know what I'm saying? So it's like he made them people.
So that's what you think they're gonna do with the
10 years? We're just gonna be looking at them like that's serious, damn, that was once BoatNet. I'm surprised they tore the one down on Greenwood.
I was gonna say recently, right? Like in the past year or something like that.
Motherfucker was probably.
But that's a different owner.
No, they all owned by the same dude. Yeah, they're all owned by the same dude.
I mean, so he's gonna tear that shit down.
So did they close down because what? Like, there's a reason why they closed down. Do y'all think?
I think that man just got money.
I don't think it was business.
All the bullshit.
I don't think it was business because I mean, you could fucking like, I used to work right there at the same smoke shop. This like a block, a building away. And every night you would see cars lined up. It was not as bad as when they said they were closing, but fucking at least to that, a fucking business away. A line.
So the day,
and I may be wrong, but I just feel like that dude had he's made so many investments because I read up on him. He has so many like investments and so much going on. I just feel like BoatNet was at the bottom of the chain as far as his investments and stuff. And he was probably just keeping it open just for the people. For the people. Yeah.
So whenever he probably wasn't even paying attention to it.
Whenever he
that's how small of investment it was.
Yeah, and whenever he starts running through all these hula hoops with the health department and all that stuff, it's like
not worth it.
Not even worth it.
He was a professor
on the day. They were
he was a large donor to A&M Corpus.
He was a donor. I thought he was a professor.
He may have graduated and went to school there or something like that, but he was a big donor to A&M.
On the day they're going to close, I was getting out of work, going back home, and I posted a video. You might have seen it. It was of Eva Longoria holding up the BoatNet and it was a sign singing like what was the song called?
Boys and Men.
Hard to say goodbye.
Hell yeah.
Dude, the line was packed all the way to McCardle, bro.
Yeah, so you guys do mutual funds or stocks? Mutual funds or single stocks?
Cash and cash app.
Shoe boxes.
Mutual funds. All right. Is a millionaire someone who makes $1 million a year?
Are we talking about investment?
Yeah, just real quick. Let's go.
I invested in AMC.
Go
I invested in AMC when the stock shit went up, and I didn't sell the day that they went high to like $70-something a share, and I bought like, I don't know, 5-6 off of fucking $3 at the time.
Yeah.
And it jumped up. I didn't pay attention for those days. Then nothing. By the time I paid attention, that bitch was down to like fucking $15 a share. Like I still could have made my money back, but like even right now it's at $5. Like I'm under. Yeah, I still own them and I owe money. Because you know what I'm saying? Like I missed out. Like when they jumped though, they fucking jumped to like, I don't know why I wasn't paying attention, but I was like, man, we need to go back to the movies. Like
everybody.
while I'm at home watching bootlegs, like
I invested like
I don't understand why the stocks is down.
like 200 into that Bitcoin shit whenever it
No
popped
shit.
off.
Oh, for real.
And now my Bitcoin is sitting at $130
A piece?
No.
Oh, total?
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
I invested.
okay.
I put a $200 investment into the Bitcoin,
yeah.
and as of today, it's sitting at $133.
Did any of y'all do the?
It ain't
I
going
thought I was
up or
gonna ask
nothing.
for $5 on DraftKings.
You know what's funny is I would never even risk it on some shit like that. But for me, jumping in the stocks that year, that was after after all that, so everything was like a possible whatever, and I was like, let's run up this AMC shit. But yeah, what were the picture things that people were selling? The NFTs, bro. You know, as a graphic designer, I got hit up by 2 different groups of people that were like, I want you to join and draw a version of this and da 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 da. And I'm just like, this shit ain't gonna pop. This shit ain't gonna pop for a minute.
Yeah.
But now it's gone.
About a little year.
Yeah.
So what do y'all do what do y'all's day jobs? Do y'all have day jobs?
Yeah.
I work at a smoke shop,
don't
so
mind.
I'm exactly what you see I am. So
Nice.
all day long I'm selling shit like it's a trap still, to be honest, because we sell everything from the green to the white to the brown. You know what I'm saying? It's great. I just they just ain't mixed yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's a crazy job to have. I'm gonna put this out there so somebody can take it a run. I haven't seen a smoke shop reality show. And I think something like that would be where I'd have to blur every 5th customer because of what they buy
like
and
a
who they
Broken
are.
Lizard, like that trucking, that was like Broken Lizard or something like that.
The movie company?
No, yeah, it was a
No,
truck.
there's a dude. No,
like
there's a dude on YouTube.
Broken Lizard? I thought that's the dudes who makes Super Troopers.
Nah, his shit would be more like there's a dude on YouTube.
It's one of those names.
He had a store in California, and then he moved it to like Dallas, and it was called like Cam's Kicks. And basically, it's a YouTube channel based on him buying, selling, and trading kicks out of his shop. And every day he posts a new episode of what went on the day before.
No, I got you, but I'm saying a smoke shop
exactly.
version.
Smoke shop
version. Yeah,
because
this is what the people that are coming in to buy shit from us are sometimes rich as fuck people buying shit for a party they're about to throw, and they're just gonna give all this like hundreds of dollars. They just
put a sign
came
that
in and
you are being
spent.
filmed for a reality show.
Well, see, that's what I was thinking. If you don't
being-
want to be that person, then I
Don't
lose
want-
that $200 dentist. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna throw a party because he don't want to walk
Oh yeah, on
in
the
and
Cam's
see.
Kicks, some people blur out their face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
We'll see.
yeah.
But I don't know if there is one out there. I haven't seen one, but I think that would be dope because I mean, you get stories from people trying to throw a party.
I'll show it to y'all
for people
after the
buying
show.
fucking CBD and Delta 8 to feel better. You know what I'm saying? Because it's also used as that health shit. People ain't just getting high off the shit. Like it's crazy because I kind of talk shit with sarcasm to the old customers that buy CBD and THC related items. Now I'm like, you know how far ahead we could have been if y'all just voted for this shit when y'all were young. You know what I mean? Like that would have changed the whole generations. You know what I'm saying? Like we're going through something now that they should have came across. And now they're at the doorstep asking for that shit to make them feel better. I'm like, yeah, that's $75.99, Buster. You know what I'm saying? Like,
shit. Alex, you want to go ahead with your day job?
Yeah, I'm in the HVAC commercial HVAC tech.
Just got a new job, you know what I'm
just
saying? Just
got
got a
to them.
promotion.
Big
I don't
promotion.
wanna say-
boy jumped
Yeah,
up to
no,
the
you
Apple
ain't-
world.
yeah, just-
say too much, but
Yeah.
I do want to shout them out, bro, because they make a motherfucker feel appreciated.
Nice.
Already,
that's what's up.
for sure.
That's
For
what's all
sure.
about to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up, man. So this is the Ridin High podcast, you guys. You can get more of this on that podcast. They just chop it up. It's funny, man. All right. So anything else you guys want to share before we take off?
Man, just follow us on all social media platforms at Ridin High Podcast. You can follow us individually.
Yeah, Can2 CMF on Instagram or BRT Can2 on TikTok.
Hey, shout out to all the other Riding High hosts that ain't here today.
Yeah,
though.
for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
real.
Shout out Daddy Creed, Arson,
Yeah.
Droopy.
Shout out Big Bell the Kid. I mean, y'all
Cinco.
know those names. Shout out Cinco. Cinco's been on every art walk since he took that shit serious and took off running. So y'all make sure to actually stop by the art walk this Friday
For sure.
and every first Friday of the month because they got this shit going and that's the type of thing that needs our support behind it. So
For
same
sure.
with this podcast as well. So salute to you. You know what I mean? Like
sir.
for sure.
You can
Shit.
follow me on all, well, no, not on all platforms. You can follow me on Facebook, DJ Lil King. You can follow me on Instagram _DJ Lil King. And that's basically all I'm on is on Facebook and Instagram. And on, like I said, on all platforms at Ridin High Podcast.
You can find me at skateboarding_universal on all platforms: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Second to the last stop of the tour this weekend. I'll be in Austin, so homie's throwing an event there. I'm gonna go check it out, and yeah, man.
All right, man. I really appreciated this, you guys.
For sure.
Thanks
For
for coming
Thank you
on.
for having
For
us.
sure.
For sure.
Can't do.
What?
He said he gave his head and everything.
Yeah, I accidentally cut him off and jumped in on there. Yeah.
Oh well, shit. Mine's just anything freak man, freak man to spaceman. Tap it all together, you'll find me.
Nice. Again, man, thank you guys so much.
Man, thank you.
For
Oh, don't
sure.
forget the Ridin High podcast with Corpus Christi Originals. Check it out.
Ridin High Sports,
Yeah,
episode
Ridin High
number
Sports.
3 for sure.
Check it out.
We're gonna have to get you in on a Monday though. You know
Be
what
on
I
our
mean?
news
Where we
page.
just the random topics and shit, the news and
Nice.
shit like that.
All right, you guys. Thanks for tuning in. You guys that did tune in, and thanks for stay tuned for the next episode later on.
Ridin High.
Ladies.